What's up, TikTok family? I'm so tired of hearing people try to tell the next man or woman who they are. How can you tell somebody who the hell they are if they say their people come from Scotland, if they say their people come from Ireland and they are the indigenous people of those lands, if they say they are black Scottish, leave them alone. You are not responsible for their genealogy. You are responsible for your genealogy. So unless you could pull up some records or genealogical data that shows that these black Scottish that are coming on TikTok talking are lying about their family history and their heritage, just shut the hell up already. I did a little research for you guys. This is what the kings, the nobility of Dublin look like. This is real Scottish, real Irish people. Dublin literally means black. The Dub kings of Scotland. We're talking early AD times. We're talking just 700-800 years out of the BC time period, right? So this was the type of people that were living in Scotland and Ireland. So who the hell are you to try to Africanize and African wash this history? Now, if you believe in out of Africa theory, fine. But out of Africa theory is no different than the Big Bang theory. Follow me here. If you choose to believe in the Big Bang theory, cool. But you cannot preach it to be factual. You could try to, pull out evidence and say, okay, this is why I believe in it. Cool. We can have that discussion over coffee and tea. That's fine. But it is a fact that everywhere on this planet Earth, you had people like this. From China to Japan, to Hawaii, back to Britain. The ancient Britons are black. There's plenty of reading material on it. The ancient Franks are black. Right? The Irie people are black. Not the Irish. Not the wannabe Irie. Not the British. The wannabe Britons. Right? Not the French. The wannabe Franks. I'm talking about the original people of every corner of this planet. Swedish. The original indigenous Swedish are black. The original Russians are black. The original Americans are indeed black. So stop trying to Africanize everything. This is why I created the philosophy of PI, which is pan-indigenous earth or prosperous indigenous earth. I like the word prosperous indigenous earth better, but that's a whole nother rabbit hole. I'll do that in another video. So prosperous indigenous earth basically is a philosophy that I came up with to replace Pan-Africanism, because Pan-Africanism excludes these people. It African washes and Africanizes all history. This is the problem that people are having with Pan-Africanism today. This is the problem that people are running into when you have Africans coming to the Americas, and particularly North America, and trying to tell the foundational black American who they are. Who the hell are you to tell me who I am when I've done the genealogical data? I have the records to back up and show who I am. I could trace my family tree back literally to the 1560s. Can you trace your family tree back to the 1560s? If you cannot trace your family tree back to the 1560s, you just need to exit the conversation. We're talking straight up genealogy right now. And these Scottish people that are coming online, they are talking straight genealogy. So no man can tell you who you are when you have done your genealogical records. You have traced your family tree, right? you could look at the movie Sinners, and Sinners was slightly talking about this topic, right? Follow me here. So you had the Irish undertone of the movie with the vampires. The vampire was chasing its history, its song, its culture, its stories, right? In order to get back to its history, right? Who are the original Irish people? The Irie people, the Filet people. Filet people were known to sing songs, and their songs were so magical that it could put people in trances and put people in hypnosis, right? So when you look at the movie Sinners, it was important because it talks about how somebody like Preacher Boy pierces the veil and bridges that line between worlds where you could see your ancestors. You could get back in touch with your people's original music, original songs, original dance, food, culture, right? The vampire, once it got a taste of that melanin, notice the music that the vampires were singing changed. It went from some corny banjo song to On the Rocky Road to Dublin, Dublin, Dub, black, the Dub people, black, Dublin, land of blacks. In order to get back to the Filet people who were almost wiped out of existence, they were bred out, bleached out, hunted down like dogs, right? These are the original people, right, who the vampire is trying to get back to. Follow me here. When you have somebody who is unnatural to the planet trying to figure out who they are, they will violently insert themselves into history. Any creature will do this if they are not natural to the habitat or the planet itself. If you go back and you watch that movie Jurassic Park, I forget which Jurassic Park it was, but the one that introduced the Indominus Rex. The Indominus Rex, follow me here now. The Indominus Rex unalived all them dinosaurs on the island, almost wiped out the whole island of dinosaurs, and went on a killing spree. Why? Because it did not belong. It was searching for belonging. It could not find another one like itself. It knew it was not natural to the habitat. It could not figure out its origins. Therefore, it didn't care, and it just went on a killing spree and would unalive anything in its path. Sound familiar? The youngest people on the planet trying to figure out who they are, they will violently insert themselves into history. They will whitewash everything. So, Pan-Africans, follow me here. I need you all to leave that in the age of Pisces. It's outdated thinking. It was cool for the time being. It was cool. It was useful back in the age of Pisces. We are now in the age of Aquarius. There is no need to continue in the age of Aquarius, right, with Pan-Africanism, because Pan-Africanism excludes these people. And you start to sound like a white supremacist when you try to African wash everything, African wash history, right? The ancestor, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, once said that Earth is our home, not just Africa. Earth is our home, and Africa is the throne from which we ruled our home. That's what Dr. Khalid Muhammad said, right? Bobby Hemmett said, stop trying to attach yourself just down to one continent. Stop trying to think that you're just from Africa. Bobby Hemmett said that, right? This is why I came up with PIE, the philosophy of PIE, P-I-E. That is Pan-Indigenous Earth, aka Prosperous Indigenous Earth, right? Because the goal here is to see all of these different ethnic groups and respect their individual ethnic identities, and each one delineate if they need to, and may they prosper. That is the goal of Pan-Indigenous Earth. It is a philosophy of respect for each individual's ethnic identities, not African washing history, not whitewashing history, right? We all have our own respective origins. Dublin people, this is real. Scots, salute. No more Pan-Africanism, guys. Cut it out. Cut it out.